Well, Coach, last time we spoke, hadn't had much time to look at Niagara, this week's opponent. Obviously, the Broncos have had a bye week and some practices mixed in between the in and around the Thanksgiving holiday. What do you think of the Purple Eagles?
Well, first of all, we've had some great practices in terms of preparing for Niagara. Coach Lammers has done a great job with the Niagara program. He's got the type of players in there now that he wanted. They play a very structured game where they don't get caught below the puck. Really impressed with that. Very quick on transition. Have got some balanced numbers over their offensive units. They've got three lines that have put up points, and certainly an energy line on their fourth line. And it looks like a veteran line that they start every game off with that gives them some defensive stability there. So a formidable opponent. They've had a great season. They've been rolling, happened to lose their last game against Army, but up to that point, they've been playing really good hockey, and we're expecting a very stiff challenge from Niagara.
Coach, you're coming off a sweep of North Dakota, something that this program hasn't done. How are you guys feeling?
Well, that North Dakota series seems like a long time ago now. Our guys have worked extremely hard. After we got back from North Dakota, we practiced hard for 3 days in a row. Took a couple of days off over the Thanksgiving break. Came back and practiced Saturday, Sunday, and here today. And had some tough practices. We'll take a day off tomorrow and then 2 more practices and get at Niagara on Friday night. But there's been some good energy, obviously, and got to keep our feet on the ground here. We got an opponent that's coming in that wants to beat us, and they represent a real special challenge for us.
How does the bye week help, and how does the off week help you guys?
Well, I think having the number of practices we've had, again, we had 3 last week after we got back from North Dakota. We've had 3 in a row now, so we've had 6. We're mandated to give them a day off tomorrow under NCAA rules, which we'll do, and we'll come back. So we'll have 8 practices. And, certainly this week our practices have been structured in terms of playing our opponent this weekend, the things that they do and things that we want to, certainly utilize on our side of the game. But some great energy in practice, some real hard work. Also worked on some things that we hadn't had time to work on for a few weeks with our busy game schedule. So, excited about the opportunity to play again. And obviously we set a standard for the way that we want to play at North Dakota, and the responsibility of the players now and the coaching staff is to make sure this team plays to standard.
What do you like about your team right now?
Well, we've got a lot of balance on our team. I think, on defensive core and up front, we've got guys that, all of our units have the potential to score. I think the big thing that we took from the North Dakota series is just the importance of the defensive game. And Colt Conrad, I know, in a few of the interviews that he gave, talked about the importance of keeping the puck out of our net. We had great goaltending in that particular series, but again, it's important to play to standard, and that's making sure that we keep the puck out of our own end. We will score. The important part is how well we defend.
Coach, one of the big things you've always professed is that one of the biggest jumps to make is between the freshman and the sophomore season, and a guy who hasn't seemed to have any issue making that jump so far is Josh Passolt.
Yeah, Josh Passolt, we'll say his name correctly in case we get cautioned by his sister again to correct the pronunciation, but Josh passed the salt, and just take the da out, she said. So, but, Josh is an enthusiastic guy, works extremely hard, spent the whole summer here training, added a lot of weight, some muscle mass to his body, plays a much harder game now. Takes the puck well to the net from the outside and has got a real good shot. And, Josh is just a real pleasant guy to be around. I get after him all the time about his structure and keep pushing him all the time. But he's a guy that's a real good sign for a player that came through his freshman year, played solid for us, but needed to get better. And, that's our mandate here, is to get better every single day. And Josh is a great example of that.
Josh, have you scored a nicer goal than your first one against North Dakota on Saturday night?
I don't know. That one's up there for sure. I was fortunate to have that one go in. It certainly feels good to help the team win. Yeah.
Coach always talks about one of the hardest jumps being from freshman to sophomore season. You've already matched your point total from last year. What did you do in the offseason, and what have you done so far this season to get you to that point?
Well, I think at the end of last year I took a good look at my game and wasn't satisfied with where I was. Came into the summer really wanting to put on some weight and advance my game, and certainly Tim Herman and the whole strength staff helped me do that. And we had a ton of guys in here working hard. I think if you look at our entire sophomore class, I think we've all taken a big jump individually. So, just trying to get better every day, kind of taking that mantra of our team and rolling with it, and it's worked out nice.
You guys are coming off a bye week. What were you able to do during the bye week? How does that help this team?
I think the bye week is always good for some rest and to get the legs back to 100%. Obviously, playing up in North Dakota, it's a hard, heavy game, and we had a couple guys dinged up, and so they got to get rehabbed and back to 100%. So I think more than anything, you just get a little rest, but it's not like we took any time off from working out on the rink here. We still had some hard practices and definitely got better over the bye week.
I mean, it's been a couple weeks now, but sweeping North Dakota on the road, that's a tough task for any team to do. You guys were able to do it for the first time ever, and how did that feel, and how much momentum does that give you, even with the bye week?
Yeah, certainly to win up in North Dakota is not an easy task, and I think we went in there with the mindset just to play hard and play our game and see what happens, and obviously worked out good for us. Felt real nice to get those 2 wins, but kind of got to park that. The momentum that we took, I think we're playing well, and we just need to continue to play well. So we're focused on Niagara and coming out strong Friday night.
What kind of challenges did Niagara give to you?
They're a hard-working team, They've been on a roll here, and obviously haven't played them ever before. I don't think the program's ever played them, but any team that comes into Lawson is going to be fired up with the Lunatics and the atmosphere. So we just got to focus on playing a hard game and taking care of the details, and we'll see what happens. So, we're ready to go.